My name is Sadiq Ibrahim. I represent Fufore Song Federal Constituency from the land of beauty, Adamawa. Mr. Speaker, let me quickly put this in a context, because we need to know what caused the recession. Otherwise, we may be given the wrong diagnosis for the same disease. Mr. Speaker, if a country has 90% of its foreign earnings from one source, which is crude oil, a country that has 70% of its revenue from one source, which is crude oil, once the price of that single source of revenue and single source of foreign exchange dwindles, where the prices go down like we have today, and where the petrol cannot be extracted from where it is like what we have today, obviously the country must go through recession. Number two, Mr. Speaker, if a country is bedeviled with insecurity, Boko Haram in the northeast, kidnapping in the southeast and south-south, cultism in the southwest, and you have kidnapping, cattle rustling, and armed robbery, it is obvious that that country must head for recession. Mr. Speaker, if a country is fantastically corrupt, there is no way that country cannot at one point or another go through recession. We know, Mr. Speaker, this is a country which had an army that was under...
Sorry, Honorable Sadiq, did I hear you say if a country is fantastically corrupt? I hope you are not referring to Nigeria. Okay.
Therefore, Mr. Speaker, if a country has an army that is underpaid, that is underfunded, that cannot protect the citizens of the country, definitely that country will at one point run into recession. If we know that these are the causes, what do we do? Quickly, Mr. Speaker, we look at the short term, the medium term, and the long term. In the short term, what we do in the short term, I agree absolutely with Dangote that we should sell our assets. If you have a company, because we have had that, Mr. Speaker, practically in Habib Bank and Bank of the North. There was a time when these two banks were technically insolvent. Anywhere you see the Bank of the North building, from Maiduguri to Lagos, from Port Harcourt to Sokoto, Bank of the North owned that building. At a point, they didn't have money. In Habib Bank, while we were there, we wanted to expand. All our buildings in the world were owned by Habib Bank. What do? We dispose of all our managers' houses. We dispose of the furniture in the houses. We dispose of all the cars belonging to the managers. And we had cash. So I will support the idea that we should sell up our assets and then show up the cash that we need in this country. Short term also, we need to shorten our procurement process, and I agree also that we should borrow. In the medium term, Mr. Speaker, we should do our power supply, and so also, as others have spoken, diversify the economy. And then in the long term, we should coordinate. We should have, like Honorable Karim has said, we should have a coordinating, an umbrella, somebody that will check what is happening, and then we have to increase our spending on capital. A budget of 6.9 trillion naira that has only 1.6 trillion in its own capital projects, but has only given 400 billion and now trying to give 300 billion. That's 750 billion. Even if this money comes to the system, it takes time before it takes effect. Finally, Mr. Speaker, we have to talk about the CBN. It has flowed with our foreign exchange policies. We have to have that. And finally, we have to look at the TSA. Anybody who talks about TSA must believe that the merits of the TSA is more than the demerits. Thank you very much.